I just wanted to talk a little bit about self-talk. I've already talked about the language that you use when working with clients, but in this I wanted to consider the actual language that you're using in your own head, and it's maybe more so for the clients, but it works for most people. It's actually true. And we call this self-talk, and that self-talk can be positive, can be negative, but it will certainly talk you into and out of doing things. And for clients in particular, if they're going to start a new program, they're going to start to make some healthy changes around their nutrition, get more active, it's actually quite a good idea to sit down and explore with them what their self-talk is around these topics. So you've often heard people say, I've tried new diets in the past, but it's so difficult, and I always end up hungry, and I can't make good choices and things like this. So what you need to find out from the clients is what their normal self-talk is around this. How do they talk themselves out of maybe going to the gym or going out for that short walk? What do they hear in their heads? Because that self-talk is very much a reflection of what is going on at a subconscious level and even an unconscious level to some degree. So they have to learn to start policing that self-talk. And what I mean by that is when they say something, they have to, as well as having that self-talk, so let's just say the self-talk says, oh, I really can't exercise today, I'm a bit tired. So that's the voice they're hearing. So what they now need to do is they need to respond to that and go, well, is that really true? Or are you just saying that? And what will possibly be the benefits, and how would you feel if you were to get out for a walk? So it's almost like, sometimes when people will say, oh, you need to have a word with yourself. Well, in this case, this is what we're going to get clients to do. We're going to get them to have a word with themselves. Ask themselves, is what I'm saying here really true, or is it just a convenient excuse? Because very often that self-talk is just an excuse. And so by getting used to policing it and just saying, well, is that really true? And the other really important question they can ask is this moving me towards my goal, or is this moving me away from my goal? And very often the kind of choices they're making are going to be moving them away from their goal. So for instance, maybe the slightly more unhealthy option when they're shopping in the supermarket, or maybe it's I won't go out for a walk tonight because the weather's not that great. So if they can start to police that and ask themselves a couple of questions, firstly, is this true? So is what I'm actually saying here, is it just an excuse to get me out of this, or is there a better way forward? And is this moving me towards my goal? Because if it's not moving them towards their goal, then it's not going to have a positive impact long term. So they need to start thinking about, okay, how else could I do this? What else could I do? What alternative kind of suggestions should I come up to? Because the self-talk is actually very powerful. And so understanding that you can police it, you can change it, helps with that multifactorial kind of behaviour change approach. And this is just one small thing that they can do on a regular basis and get used to doing, which will in the long term have quite positive results.